Listen. Actually, this is a disgrace. I'm gonna change my answer to Lionel Messi. How can we be the Footie boys and then we all mention all other athletes? I'm going with Lionel Messi.
What's up, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome to Footie Boys ZA. I've got my boys again here for another jam-packed episode of hot takes about football, obviously. Today we're just going to be hashing it out. We got on the one corner, we got my boy Terminator. What's up, Cranker?
Whatever fits you, Nabo ladies.
And then in the other corner, we got our man, Sitha.
Exe, gents.
And Linka there. You see Linka's getting ready to go all out there. Obviously, me, the reigning world champion of hot takes. So let's get into it, guys. So before the video started, we were talking a little bit about Messi and Ronaldo. Both of them had quite excellent performances in their respective tournaments. And again, the age-old question has come up: who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time? Or let's just say the GOAT. Let's not even limit it to football. Sitha, let me hear your take. Gun to your head, you have to choose and substantiate.
I choose Messi. And like how I substantiate is when I go back to their prime, because now even though they're still great, but then like I go to their prime. And for me, Messi in 2008, when he was coached by Pep, was just unplayable, bro. The things. I remember what commentators were saying. They were like, "Don't blink, or you'll miss another Messi goal, magic goal." And he was making old defenders look like schoolboys. And Messi, for me, the eye test and everything that he did. I mean, there was a season where he scored like 90 odd goals in one season.
It was a year. It wasn't a season. It was 1 year.
It was a year. And there was when he went to what's the stadium? The Emirates, and scored 4. I think. Was he at the Emirates?
Which team do you support against each other? What again?
Oh my word! What is happening?
Has Tottenham ever even played against Barcelona besides in friendlies? Anyway,
but I'm just
Cranker. Forget this man. Makes Ronaldo better than Messi.
Man, where do I even begin with the GOAT? CR7. So here's the thing. Here's a man who wasn't born with it. This man was created. He became what he is. Messi was created, in some lab. It was, one of those lucky miracle birds. That man, like it's just one of those where it's like, Yazini, here was a natural gift, and God just gave it to you, and it was expected. But with Ronaldo, it wasn't. It wasn't expected. My man didn't have shoes. My man used to go to McDonald's to beg for food. My man had everything.
Hey, no ways, bro.
But he was still resilient enough. He became an athlete of note, a physical specimen of note. That man used to arrive first at training and always leave last. The kit manager would get angry at him because he would use up all the balls. Like Bafetu, Ronaldo is a crazy athlete. He honestly is the greatest of all time. He's done it when no one else expected for him to be it. Like with Messi growing up, they probably thought, but I know Lentwana is gonna go places. They probably looked at Ronaldo when he was growing up and they were like, I know, there are 5 other kids that are better than him. And Ronaldo knew that. But what did he do? He stepped up. He stepped up. Even when he was how many Ballon d'Ors behind Messi, he was like, I'll show you the comeback kid that I am. And he caught up with him. Ronaldo is the GOAT, and it's clear. Case closed. Don't bring up stats, because that other guy, I can tell you one thing. He plays in leagues and in tournaments where they make up stats for him. I'll tell you that. So don't even bring up stats into this conversation. Let's just do an eye test. And with an eye test, you will see Ronaldo.
No, stop it. Not eye test.
Linker can't resist. Obviously.
Not eye test. Speak about other things, but not eye test.
Well, Linker, why don't someone go ahead? What do you think makes Messi? Because Kranka says basically what makes Ronaldo better than Messi is because Ronaldo was more poor than Messi growing up. But what do you think makes Messi better than Ronaldo?
Listen, I have a whole lot of other things, but I always match this debate with a similar mindset. So because Kranka went to childhood, I'll tell you about the boy that couldn't grow. The boy that couldn't grow. They had to give him supplements. They had to give him supplements so that he can grow into what we know today. Barcelona flew him from Argentina and said, we'll pay for everything. Come here. That's the boy I'm talking about. Anyway, eye test. Don't speak about eye test. Don't speak about eye test because Messi used to dribble the whole field. Ronaldo will never do that.
And Ronaldo, I pass. So, Kranka, I pass it.
Selfish.
Let's not act like we don't remember
but
what
he can
Ronaldo
finish.
used to do at United. Let's not remember what Ronaldo used to do at United. My man used to dribble the whole Premier League.
No. He wasn't tabalating 5 players all at once and then scoring. He wasn't.
It's because he didn't have to.
Listen.
So basically,
what do you think?
Ronaldo had to overcome poverty, and Messi had to overcome physical disabilities, or not disabilities, but I guess shortcomings. For me, because you guys are just talking from your feelings. For me, I think about it. If I watch soccer, I always think to myself, what would I do if I was Jerome Boateng getting chopped like that? Or what would I do if I was in Madrid and Messi's coming barreling down at me? There's nothing I can do there. That man's he's gonna finish me. He's gonna finish me, and that's the end of the debate. With Ronaldo, and I guess all of us, I'm assuming all of us agree that these are excellent players. Obviously, they can take nothing away from them. But for me, in terms of the complete picture of football, vision, movement, control, intelligence, it's got to be Messi. Messi. There's no debate for me there. I mean, Ronaldo is definitely clinical, but I mean, if you shoot the most everybody in the world, you're bound to have some of the most goals maybe in the world, You're bound to be there at the top 5. And Ronaldo is a high volume shooter. Impossible. If you shoot high volumes, you're about to make, even if you're shooting at a 15% clip, that if you shoot 15% of 2,000, that's a lot of goals. You know what I mean? Maybe not actually. What's
Nah. All I'm saying is, you guys, at the end of this video, you can go send Messi your DMs and tell him and say, hey guy, and hey Messi, we pushed the agenda once again. Please send me money, because that's clearly what you guys are doing.
Okay, Kranka. Okay. Let me ask you this question, bro.
Yes.
When in which area of a football game, like I'm not just talking like area of the field, but like area of the football game in general, where is Ronaldo better? You can bring stats, you can bring eye test. Like, let's talk football now. Let's not bring all these other things. In which area? Like, it's goal scoring. It's like he's like head over heels above Messi. Because I don't bring goals now, because I'm ready for the goals.
Jumping. He's better than Messi at jumping. He jumps higher than Messi.
For me, Ronaldo is a much greater physical specimen. Like physically,
I said football, man. I said football. I'm not talking about abs here. I'm not talking about abs. I'm talking about football.
In terms of football,
yes,
he's definitely he is definitely a great goal scorer.
He's not a better. He doesn't score per match. He doesn't score more goals than Messi does.
How many bicycle kicks has Ronaldo scored way better? How many headers has Ronaldo scored way better? He's a better goal
Has
scorer.
Ronaldo ever scored a goal with his hand?
Oh my gosh. This is not handball. This is football.
Listen, Krenka hasn't given us enough reason to believe that Ronaldo's better in any way.
Listen,
I think in terms of, to be fair, trying to be the neutral party, I think Ronaldo, in terms of finishing in front Messi, obviously, these are margins. If I wanted I'm not lying.
so here's my question. Here's my question. Who has more BMT, big match temperament between Messi and Ronaldo?
Okay, sharp. Say that then. Say that.
That's a tough one.
Say that.
How is that a tough one, Sianda? We all know it. We all know it.
I mean,
but here's the tough thing about BMT, Cranker, is
yes.
When you bring BMT up, you have to then bring the trophies up, right? The number of trophies.
That's true.
So
that's true.
The issue with Ronaldo for me is I don't think holistically. So when you look at a whole season, a tournament is only a few games, but in a league, you don't get BMT moments a lot in the league. You get them in tournaments. Messi has way more leagues than Ronaldo, which means consistently over the course of a season, he's performing better in each game. And so he doesn't have to have that one BMT moment at the end in a final, you know. Ronaldo.
I think that.
No, go ahead.
I think that there is opportunities for BMT within the league, because let's say you're in a title run and you know, like this game, you know, if you lose it, you're out of the race. You know what I mean? Or just like in a normal game, to say it's tough, it's 0-0, and you need the win, score a goal. I mean,
yeah, but
they're
more forgetful. They're more forgetful. We don't remember those. They're there, but we don't remember them. What we remember is a knockout game in Champions League, in a Champions League final or whatever, or like a quarterfinal where you have to score, where Ronaldo will then score a hat-trick. That's what Kranker's bringing up. And I agree with him. I agree. Yeah. I can't fight that. But what I'm saying is, if you don't get in those situations, I think you're a better player.
Okay,
Sitha, you were saying something.
I was saying that head-to-head, in terms of BMT, I'd give it to Ronaldo, because Ronaldo, he has more on his skill set to actually score that decisive goal, because he can head it, he can finish it in the box, and he can shoot it outside the box. He's just lethal when it comes to scoring. And with Messi, you can kind of stop him, if you know what I mean. I think in the clutch, it's easy to stop him. But granted, like in football, when it comes to BMT, I'll give it to Zinedine Zidane. Like for me, in football,
We're not talking about Zinedine Zidane.
No one cares about Zinedine Zidane. I've never watched Zinedine Zidane play. I just saw him at a World Cup. Don't bring that man here.
Zinedine Zidane's numbers don't even compare to Lampard's numbers. So let's not even bring that
Zinedine Zidane can be compared with Granit Xhaka. That's his level.
Why you got to check? Why don't you use Henderson or what's his name? All those pop guys at Liverpool. Anyway, Sitha brought up a good point.
Too young. Clearly, you guys were too young. You were not there in 1998.
You were the same age as us in 1998.
You were the same age as us, Sitha. Get out of here.
And you're also watching SABC along with us. You didn't have DSTV to watch. You know, in 99. In Eastern Cape. Nah, stop it. Anyway, discussing as well. This is an interesting question following up with this GOAT discussion. So then, who would you guys say, maybe we're veering a little bit off football, who is the greatest sports person or player of all time? Athletes, yes.
Yo.
I have one. I have a suggestion. I'm not going to go out and say whether he He is absolutely the greatest of all time, but I have reasons. Actually, I have two people have reasons why they potentially could be. And unfortunately, they're both Olympians. One is a swimmer and one is a sprinter. So you can figure that out.
Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt.
Yep. Because during their reigns, like everyone else, Michael Jordan, Michael Schumacher, like Sachin Tendulkar, like all of those guys, you mentioned them, and those guys used to lose pretty consistently. But Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt at the highest level used to dominate, and they dominated until they stopped competing.
So for me,
what about Leclerc when he disappointed him?
No, stop
it. Disappointed Michael Phelps.
Stop it.
For me, Linka, I think those are great points. It's tough for me to make a guy from an individual sport the greatest athlete of all time because of the amount of control you have as an individual sport. Like you're responsible for yourself, and if you're the best, you're just the best. Where in a team sport, it's like there's some pop guys you have to carry in your team there, you know? The times where you're giving a through ball for a pop cheetah and then it's like it's game over. So I think for me,
Saka.
You're like, Saka, I'm a shyly paid that.
The boy Firmino, actually, the boy Firmino there is choking it up there in the Copa America, actually. Choking it up.
Get out of here. So for me, here's my wild pick. I would put in Serena Williams in there. I think she's a phenomenal athlete. I think physically, it's like the things that she's been able to do is great. But the only, I guess, question mark I'd put is I don't think she's broken the record yet. And so that's why it'll probably make it tough, to put her in that GOAT discussion. But she's probably one of those I would give an honorable mention to. I would give an honorable mention to her. But for me, my personal pick would be MJ, without a doubt. He was one of those guys where he not only, said it, but, he actually backed it up on the pitch. My man would be able to pull it off even when he was sick. He'd still come through clutch. The only criticism would be that he didn't finish strong. So like Linka is pointing out is that, man, he was great, but, he didn't finish strong versus guys like Michael and guys like you say, they finished strong and they were consistent and at the top of their level throughout. So that's my take on that greatest athlete of all time.
Sitha?
I would second Cranker for the very same reasons. For me, it was like the 6 straight, man. The CV says it for himself. He won like 6 straight. When he was in the final,
he didn't win 6 straight. He didn't win 6 straight.
He was 6-0 in the finals.
In the finals.
In the finals, he was 6-0. And
what happened in the other years? What was he doing in the other years?
Yeah, people act like he played 6 years only.
I know, Sienda, I know.
He came into the league, 85, I think, or 84? I'm
84.
not sure.
So it
for
was
me,
tough
I would go, I'm sure, I don't know if this one, but I would go with the of all sports. Because here's me. I'm thinking about individual sports. Is also the ability to overcome physical ability is I think a very great achievement people can do. So let's say, for example, with Tom Brady is not the best physically gifted athlete, but because that what I believe that sport is majority what you have up here more than what you can do physically. And I think to be able to dominate a sport, a team sport, nogal, for that long and not being the most gifted physically athlete, I think it says a lot about your mental capacity to understand and because for me, like I'm saying, the game is a lot more in the head than it is just about what you can do. 7 Super Bowls, over 20 years dominating. I think he's got more Super Bowls than any team in the NFL, which is, insane stat. So go with the TB12. So
listen. Actually, this is a disgrace. I'm gonna change my answer to Lionel Messi. How can we be the Footie boys and then we all mention all other athletes? I'm going with Lionel Messi.
Technically, I'm still talking about football. It's just an American club.
No, that's not football. That's not football.
Nah. I would not give any of the football players a nod. I would not. Because number one, I don't think Ronaldo and Messi are better than Pele and Maradona. That's why I would not. And here's why. Listen to me. Here's why. Ronaldo and Messi would not do what they do under the conditions that Pele and Maradona.
See.
Football was very different.
Stop it.
Football was very different.
argument.
Have you seen how those guys were kicked? Have you seen how those guys used to get kicked? Huh?
But I'm saying that you got to play the opponent in front of you. You got to play.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
You can't
Guys,
criticize Ronaldo and Messi.
do you guys realize that Maradona went to a Napoli team that was literally about to die and he resurrected them?
No, but why did he win?
Why did he win with
Napoli? Why did he win with Napoli?
But here's my thing. As an athlete, Maradona, as much as my man loved cocaine and he played, with that thing as his juice, but he showed up on the pitch. He won a league title with them. Maradona.
How many league titles?
The only thing I remember about Maradona is the hand of God.
Maradona, let me tell you, Cranker. Maradona won 2 league titles with Napoli. So please stop it.
But here's my thing. So listen, here's my thing. My thing is we come from a generation where stats are a big thing, but they come from a generation where the eye test counted more. And if I put all 4 and I do the eye test, I'm going with Maradona. That's my honest opinion. And because these other 2 can't beat Maradona, I can't put them in the conversation of greatest athlete of all time.
This is best of an eye test, and you can't criticize guys for beating the opponent in front of them. Messi a lot, actually. Maybe not as much as they did back in the days.
Messi plays in an era where guys like Neymar get to roll around, and he's playing. It's a very soft.
Does he roll around?
Maradona never rolled around. Does
Messi roll around?
Yes, I can find diving Messi videos. If you YouTube,
don't find 2 videos and then say he's known for diving. He's not known for diving.
He isn't. Fair point. He isn't. But
up.
all I'm saying is he's playing in an era where players are protected way more versus the other 2 guys. They played in an era where players weren't protected.
So what is he supposed to do?
Cranker. You. This is what I don't get. You, a man who's played soccer professionally, or let's say at a semi-professionally level,
yes,
and you watch Messi and you think to yourself, that's easy. Anybody can do that.
Obviously, I know it's not easy, and this is not me saying Messi is bad or Messi, can't pull it off. This is just me saying I don't think if Messi and Ronaldo played in the same era as Pele and Maradona, they'd still do. My man, Pele used to get rugby kicks here to the neck, and he'd still score. You're telling me Ronaldo and Messi will still score after getting kicked in the neck?
No, that's unfair. That's unfair because I could bring up the argument that defenders today are better than they were when those guys were playing. And for these guys to perform at this level, the goalkeepers and the defenders are better. And for these guys to perform at the level they are, Messi and Pele and Maradona would have not been as prolific.
They're playing against farmers and plumbers.
I'll give you that. That's a fair point.
You have Maradona. You tell me, Cranker, as a Liverpool fan, that Maradona is running towards Van Dijk. You think he'll finish Van Dijk?
Oh, yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
But that's also because Van Dijk is fat.
Van Dijk.
Stop it.
Okay, guys, I think we've got to wrap it up. So like I'm saying, thank you again for coming through. Please tell us what you think, who the GOAT is, who your favorite player is, and why. Would love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, please like, subscribe, hit the bell button, hit us up on the socials. We catch us next time. Peace.
Sharp.